Alright, welcome to everyone's video. In this one, I'll be talking about the Social Security payment schedule for July 2024, which covers beneficiaries of SSI and SSDI for retirement disabilities. Let's go straight into the video. I've included all the information you require. Everything is well. In this video, I'll break down the precise days on which checks are due. Another month is almost here, which means it's time to get paid again. In our perspective, this is also the best time of the month, and funds will begin to be distributed to over 70 million recipients of fixed income benefits in July. Since these dates fluctuate every month, as you and I both know, I'm curious as to when that money will be available. Going to come in since every day at this stage matters greatly, so if we are ever late, it will have a significant impact on the beneficiaries. Likewise, if we are paid ahead of schedule, like we were a few months ago in May, it will also have a large impact. That's what I want to discuss in this video, so let's dive in and go over the specifics as quickly as possible before we go on to something more essential. Plus, it's wonderful to know when those checks are coming in swiftly. I kindly request your assistance if you haven't already, or if you're new here, hello, and thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button located at the bottom of the video to become a subscriber. I'm here for you every single day, watching the news, doing all the research, answering questions, lobbying on your behalf, and doing everything I can to assist you out financially right now. I realize it's a really rough time. Below the video, it's completely free to do so. Don't need to discuss it because we already know the specifics. Let's just state the obvious. Nobody has money at the moment, and a lot of people are in a terrible condition. I want to assist you as much as I can. Once again, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please subscribe below. Free is always will be my favorite price. I adore free goods. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. Please subscribe again. Let's start the video. Alright, so I do want to talk about July. The issue is, it's not wonderful, but it's also not that horrible. The dates on which you get paid vary every month, as you are aware, and once more I want you to highlight the July dates since, although these payment dates are shifting. Occasionally we are paid nice and early, like a few months ago. Although I mentioned earlier in May, we also get paid quite early in some months. Paid really late, meaning that we receive our money almost a week later. July isn't the best or worst month, it's just that we receive our money a little bit earlier than usual. Let me go through the calendar here. We'll go through the month starting at the beginning and ending at the conclusion, and I'll list all the dates that checks will be distributed to around 70 million recipients. It's Monday, July 1st. It's neither a holiday or a weekend, so for those of you who receive SSI, today is when you get your payment. Now, let's talk about the specifics. In my opinion, this is quite essential. The great thing about it is that, well, not always. However, in certain cases, recipients may notice that their payments are arriving and pending on their Direct Express cards, or perhaps in a bank account a few days earlier. A little early, but immediately, if you receive SSI benefits, your payment will begin to arrive on Monday. If so, congratulations, you're doing great right now. Let's move on to discuss Wednesday. As we approach the third day of the month, some people usually receive their payments on the third of the month. Allow me to clarify quickly. For the most part, persons who receive their payments on the third of the month are those who have been receiving Social Security benefits, but not everyone. If you are aware of any form of, do you recall receiving Social Security benefits before May of 1997? The good old 97. Yes, exactly. It was 27 years ago. If you were getting benefits before May 1997, for example, you usually received your payments on the third of the month, or if you receive concurrent claims, as you have heard me discuss occasionally over the past few months, persons who receive Social Security or SSDI in addition to their SSI payment typically receive their payment on the third, and of course, a few more people. However, not many receive their payments on the third of the month. That being said, some do receive their PID payments on that day. To cut a long tale short, the third falls on a Wednesday. It's not a holiday. Since it's the 3rd of July, and not a weekend or the 4th of July, you will receive your paycheck on that day if you're one of those people who usually gets paid on the 3rd of the month, which is, incidentally, not the 4th of July. I just want to make that clear right away. July is a holiday, yeah, but it also falls during the week. Will this affect payments? No, it won't have any bearing at all on how recipients receive their payments. Every year, I get that question. I just want to bring it up quickly. All right, let's move on to the next week and continue till July 10th. It's simply the following Wednesday, the 2nd of the month. All right, this is for if your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, you will usually receive your money on the 2nd Wednesday of the month. If this happens to be the 10th, that's okay. It's not always the case. The earliest Wednesday of the month is when we may possibly receive it, so it's kind of like 2 days later. But in this situation, the 10th is not too awful either. We could definitely get paid on time. Later than that, perhaps, but nonetheless, this is Wednesday the 2nd. Okay, so not too awful. Your money will be sent out on the 2nd Wednesday of the next month, which also happens to be a birthday between the 1st and the 10th of the month. The 3rd Wednesday of the month will be the 17th. Hence, if your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th of the month, your payments will be received on the 3rd Wednesday of that month. Since the 17th of July falls within that range, this is the 3rd Wednesday of July. Wednesday, and once again, that's a really wonderful payment there. Of course, it may happen much later, or even up to 2 days early, but since we're talking about the 17, that's fairly good there as well. Again, birthdays between the 11th and the 20th of the month are when those payments are made, so keep an eye out for that as well. That's when the money will be deducted from your bank account or blocked from your express card, whichever you. This is how it usually works. All right, now let's go on to the next Wednesday, which is July 24th. That is, the 4th Wednesday of the month is July 24th. This is the payments that individuals who have a birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st of the month, in which case your payments will arrive on Wednesday, the 24th of July, the 4th Wednesday of the month. This is the last and final payment that will be sent out in the month of July for beneficiaries receiving fixed income benefits. Well, I hope this helps. However, that is the last day on which payments will be made. Birthdays falling between the 21st and the 31st of the month fall under this category as well. When your money arrives on the 4th Wednesday, that's great, but there's also a 5th Wednesday in July. Yes, the 31st is a 5th Wednesday, but no payments are being made on that day, so you shouldn't worry too much about it too. These are the times. I wanted to quickly make sure you understood this. You may be thinking how I'm going to receive it the same way you normally do, but if you receive it on a direct express card, that's where it's at. Moving forward, unless you've changed your payment method, which I strongly doubt is the case for almost everyone. Well, maybe in a few exceptional cases, some people have, but generally speaking, if you open a checking account, savings account, or directed express card, which you may obtain from wherever you usually get it. All right, so this isn't a stimulus check, bonus check, additional check, or anything similar. Rather, it's your regular monthly benefit. The reason I'm talking about it is that the payment schedule varies every month depending on when the 1st of the month falls. As you can see, for July, that's the 1st of the month, thus it all depends on that. Remember that we are paid very early in the month, as early as the 1st of the month, for those of you who have birthdays. If the 1st of the month falls on a Wednesday, for example, between the 1st and the 10th, but the worst-case scenario is when the 1st of the month falls on a Thursday, because it means we receive our money 6 days later than we would normally if the 1st of the month falls on a Thursday. Landing on a Wednesday, is it going to make sense? It's why I discuss this topic here, and every month when I post a video like this, commenters seem to always say, "We already know this, okay, that's fine." I'm not sure about you, but does everyone have the calendar memorized? If not, that's great. I'm really excited for you, and your memory is much better. There's nothing wrong with me telling you the dates when payments are arriving. Though not as much as mine is, the point is that I pull out a calendar every month to see when we are paid. I imagine most people do the same thing when a new month rolls around. Or when we ask ourselves, hey, when am I getting paid this month? We want to know because it varies every month and isn't always the same date. It's acceptable even for SSI recipients, who often receive their money on the 1st. Even for SSI, the date of payment may vary periodically, although it often falls on the 1st of the month.